Here with Northwestern State head baseball coach Bobby Barbier. The Demons preparing for their final road trip of the year, although it's spread out over 8 days. Starts with a Tuesday night game in Little Rock, continues with 3 on the weekend at Abilene, and finishes up next Tuesday against LSU. First things first, Coach. Face a Little Rock team. It's been a while since you played, but I know some guys are familiar with their head coach, Chris Curry, a former Demon pitching coach.
Yeah, Chris is a great friend of mine. He recruited probably a few of the guys on our team now. I'm sure when they were younger. So great coach. Have a ton of respect for those guys, and been knowing Chris for a long time, since his volunteer days at Arkansas when he was coaching over there, and I was at Alabama. So great coach. I know his team will be well prepared.
When you look across the dugout, and you just mentioned some of those guys he's recruited and coached while he was here, what's it like looking over? You kind of had this moment, I guess, when Mitch Gaspard was across the way at Kansas State. What's the feeling when you look across and see a guy you know in that other dugout? Obviously, it doesn't change what you want to do, but what goes through your head when you see a guy like that across the way?
I guess it happens so often that it doesn't really affect much. Guys like Chris and Mitch that I'm a little closer to than some of other acquaintances that may be kind of in the league that I've known, through playing over the years. So it really doesn't take a whole lot different attitude, approaching the game.
Well, one thing that will be different for you, maybe for the first time in a long time, it seems you have a pretty rested pitching staff going into a midweek game. 2 complete games over the weekend. You didn't throw some of your top bullpen guys, so a good thing, but also a challenge for how do you get some of those guys some work with a conference series right around the corner.
Yeah, we'll probably throw quite a few guys tomorrow. We're going to start Timmy Winters. He's going to start for us, and then, I really like the way Danny Glad threw. When he got his chance over the weekends, he'll throw again. Obviously, Kyle Swanson, Cole Lang, some of those guys will get opportunities again in short stints to keep them available for the weekend. So it is nice having a little more rested bullpen. We're not having tryouts with position players to pitch.
That worked out pretty well, at least for one game for you. And also, a very patient offense. We've seen this team do a good job drawing walks at times this year. One thing that you probably have to be happy with last 10 innings of that series over the weekend against Incarnate Word was cashing those guys in.
Yeah, we did. And like I said before, there's walks that are given to you and there's walks that are earned. And I thought we earned some of those walks. We're good at bats, and and then when you get them out there, you gotta drive men. I remember I think of Austin Townsend's 2 out hit and Kalen Brica's 6 RBIs. We had a lot of RBIs come from those freshmen. They got the big hits for Tyler Smith there at the double and the 9th also. So it's nice to see those guys coming up with when men are on base.
And delivering as well. And you get to take a little bit of momentum in, and perhaps some momentum into the road on the weekend at Abilene, and something that this team going into road trips hasn't always had this year.
Yeah, and I think school's over. So, they're baseball players now. They, their school's finished, so we can concentrate on playing ball and, get a little closer together, for this last road swing. So I think those guys are excited about that. So hopefully we'll play well tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.